using the top private investigators in the world today to find out who committed this crime. And trust me, as the AEW champion, as your Le Champion, I promise to regain and restore and find and reclaim the AEW championship. And once again, give you another reason to finally give me the thank you that I deserve. You're welcome.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You're tuned in to another episode of To Be Blunt with Peezy.
That's right. We are live on the To Be Blunt podcast. The following podcast is scheduled for one fall. And in studio today, we have Frank Knox. Say what up, Frank.
Yo, what up, Peezy?
We got the Scott.
The Scott's back. What's up, podcast world?
That's right. And your host, the P to the double E-C-Y, baby, Peezy. That's right.
Wow, I like that new introduction you gave yourself there.
You like that?
To the double E-Z-Y.
That's right. A little road dog action.
Yeah, I like it.
That's right. We are the podcast champions of the world. The Hard Knock Frank Knox. The Smart Mark, the Scott. And the Big Effing Deal Peezy. That's right. And we have a huge show going on today. You know, I have been waiting for part 2 of the Bill Alfonso interview. Part 2, guys. You know, talks about ECW. That's it. Yeah. ECW. That's right. It's going to be huge. We got to talk about the fallout from All Out.
Oh, man, there was a lot that happened there.
On.
That's right.
There was some fallout after All Out.
That's right. NXT UK, Raw, and SmackDown from this week. What? At 6:15, we're scheduled to have Slick Wagner Brown, seasoned vet and
the
owner.
Underground King.
That's right. The owner of Tesla Strength Wrestling calling in. We're going to be talking about the big show this weekend, Fight for Your Dreams 2. And it's going to be one hell of a show. But before I go any further, guys, you know what time it is.
Morphin' time.
Tyrannosaurus. Not just morphin' time, it's lightin' time. It is time for the ceremonial lighting of the blunt. My favorite part of the episode and yours. Not so much Scott, but he's already got the drinking in.
Yeah, Scott comes supplied with beers, and you know that's what he's the Scott. He likes to black out.
That's not the only thing he's got. He's got a little bit of the bubbly. That's right.
I got it all. I got some Bailey's Irish Cream, you know, because Bailey creamed the Irish Last Kicker this week. And then to celebrate this Monday, I have some Broken Skull Ranch.
Wow, the mecca of it all.
IPA.
This guy's such a Scott.
I know, right?
Such a Scott. Look at him.
And then this
He even pointed to the camera. He's trying to play off to the camera.
I know, right? So there it is. And then also, it's on ice right now, so I can't get up and get it, but we have a little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of the bubbly. But before we go that far, I got a little bit of the weed that I want to light. So before I go any further, I ask you guys, are you ready?
I'm here. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I said, are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, Peezy.
Then, for the three of us in this podcast studio and the hundreds listening at home and watching on Facebook Live, let's get ready to smoke it. Yeah,
And if
tell
you're
her,
not
Frank.
down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Smoke it! That's right. We got the kick palm loaded. I'm lighting the blunt, baby. Break it down. Break it down.
Yeah. Break it down.
Woo! Now we're talking.
Now we're fired up.
That's right.
We're lit.
We're about to be lit.
This is like, once we light the blunt is when the podcast begins, right?
Well, I agree.
Yeah.
But before we even got to that point, Frank, you gave me a little treat.
What's that?
You gave me a little treat, Frank. You gave me
yeah.
a little edible.
Yep.
Now, a couple weeks ago, Frank came in here all edibled up, ready to go. He didn't bring Peezy any edibles. But this week, Frank comes in, he pops this jar in my face. And what is it? It is a big jar of Scooby Snacks. If you don't know what Scooby Snacks are, they're basically like weed. Well, candy that looks like weed.
But tastes like candy.
But tastes like candy and gets you fucked up, which is the key component here.
So you popped one of those, and now smoking this blunt's going to really ignite that edible.
You
know?
think so?
That's how I usually, when I eat edibles, it's like once I smoke is when I start feeling it.
Well, speaking of smoking, we got this week's strain of the week. And here in this blunt, I got the Indica strain Do-Si Do. Do-Si Do is a cross between OG Kush, Girl Scout cookies, and Face Off OG with the very, very high THC content of 30%.
Wow, 30%? Wow, man, we're going to be sleeping.
Here you go, Frank. No, we're not going to be sleeping. We're going to be doing just the opposite. We're going to be fired up because we got a big show today. You know, we had a big weekend with AEW All Out. We all were together on Saturday watching All Out. We're going to talk about that more. You guys do anything else this weekend? Woo! Woo! Come on, Scott, what'd you do?
Let's see. Well, All Out was great. You know, we got together for that. You know, fired up the grill. Fired up some.
Scott, we're trying to work the camera, Scott.
Some bratwurst.
Scott's over here trying to work the
So
camera.
I was cooking up some bratwurst, and then Peezy and Frank Knox over here ate them all. I bought them and grilled them, and they ate them all. I didn't even say one for
Well,
myself.
Scott, you know,
Peezy ate 3, I ate 2.
that's right. You were slow on the come up.
I ate my portion.
We were
My serving.
We were 2.5 hours deep into this All Out pay-per-view. I was struggling to keep my eyes open.
And putting food in your mouth is going to keep them open?
That's right. It brought me back to life.
Put
The
a food
brats.
coma. Food coma.
The Brat.
That didn't bring you to life. That put you to sleep.
Brat Lesnar. That's right. You
Let me get 3 brat
Lesnar's.
Lesnars.
Ah, the beer Brat.
Oh my god.
That's right, man. So I mean, other than that, this weekend, I went to the movies. I finally saw Hobbs and Shaw. Frank,
Oh, finally. What'd you think?
I finally saw
That
it.
thing's still out in theaters, huh?
I couldn't believe it.
Neither can I.
It still had like multiple showings too. It wasn't like 1 or 2. You know what I mean?
Wow, so what'd you think?
Well, you know what? I mean, the movie wasn't bad. A lot of action, but I felt like it was all action and no story. You know? Or very little plot, you know, to go with it.
No, the plot surfaced within the first scene of the movie.
I mean,
And then that was it from there. They had to get this virus out of her body.
it was all run and gun, you know?
It had, for me, I thought it was funny. It had a lot of funny moments.
Of course it did. Listen, Dwayne Johnson's amazing, you know? And Jason Statham, what's his fucking name? Statham?
Jason Statham.
Yes, man. And that guy's great. You know, the action scenes were amazing. He did all the legwork, if you ask me, you know, while The Rock took it easy.
Yeah, man, I've been a fan of that, huge fan since Transporter 1.
Dude,
That's where he blew
going
up,
back,
right?
right? Yeah, that was
taking
the
it
first
back.
one, yeah.
Transporter 1.
Was it
The
been
original.
3 transporters now?
Wow. I don't even know. How many transporters are we deep?
I think 3, and then they may have made a runoff, like a spin-off without him, and it flopped.
Come on.
Well, this was a spin-off that did not flop with Hobbs and Shaw, right?
You were right there, Scott. Right on point.
That's it. This movie was number 1 for a few weeks, right?
Several, I think. At least 2.
No, I think it got to the first week, and then something big, I think, knocked it off. But I forget what that big movie was. I'm not a big
all right.
movie buff.
Here we go.
Wow.
He doesn't even watch the movie, but he knows the box office. Why?
Yeah, I mean-
How
Because
does
he's
that
that
happen?
big of a Scott.
Because he's
Because
a Scot.
Roman Reigns and Dwayne Johnson were in it, so he followed it.
It's probably because I follow The Rock on Twitter. I think he had to congratulate whoever beat him out the second week.
Go figure. You know? But I thought overall the movie was good. It was solid. I'm glad I got to see it before it came out of theaters. You know? Other than that,
When they went to Samoa, I thought that was the best part. Of
oh
the
yeah,
movie.
because you have Roman Reigns, you know,
But
out of nowhere.
The problem is they did it like so deep into the movie where you're almost like getting restless at that point.
So
It was a long movie.
Yeah, it was a long movie.
I got to ask, because I've seen reports, was there a pop at all when Roman Reigns was on screen?
Not when I went, but the movie's been out for like 4
when I
weeks.
went, not one single person knew that was Roman Reigns, but me.
But I did. I popped. He's hitting the spear and a Samoan drop. That's right. Ooh,
That's what I
I'm doing
popped
all
on
his
the
gimmicks.
inside. I was real amped.
You know, hitting all his spots in the middle of the movie. This guy's getting all his shit in. You know, typical wrestler. Getting all the shit in. What about you, Scott? You do anything else this weekend?
Yeah, I went to my favorite brewery on Sunday, which would be
Treehouse.
of course.
Of course you did.
In Charlton, Massachusetts.
You live up in that bitch, don't you?
It's been a while since I've been there. You know, I think it's been like 6 weeks. That's a long time for me.
It's the only place Scott goes is Treehouse and wrestling. You know?
He'll be at he's gonna be at the Garden next week.
That's right. Scott, you're going to be at the Garden.
I'll be at the Garden, yeah, Monday night and Tuesday night, Raw and SmackDown. So, yeah, if there's any live reports, I'll give that to you guys on Thursday.
Oh, that would be excellent.
Yeah, we'll be
Since
looking
you're going to be
forward to
live.
it.
Are you going to Raw and
Backstage report.
SmackDown?
Going to both.
Of course you are. He's going to both. Can you believe it? This guy's going to Raw. He's going to SmackDown. Can't believe it.
I'm hoping I get upgraded for my tickets, though, since apparently ticket sales aren't that well.
I think they'll be good. It's in New York City. They announced Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Well, let's take a break from this. We got our special schedule call-in.
All right.
I believe on air, we have Slick Wagner Brown. Oh, hold on a second. Maybe he's not there. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Oh, there he
There
is.
he is. He's live.
What's up, Slick Wagner Brown? You live on a 2B Blood podcast.
What's up, Peezy?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
You know, we appreciate you
Another
calling
day,
in.
bro.
Absolutely. You must be getting prepped up. You guys got a big show coming up this weekend. If you didn't know, Slick Wagner Brown, he is the trainer, the owner, the man who is the brains behind Test of Strength Wrestling. They have a big show this weekend, Northampton, Massachusetts, at the Deuce. It is Fight for Your Dreams 2. And
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man.
so you're in a big match for this weekend too, huh? You got a big thing going on with the Kowalski guys. Tag team.
Yeah, me and Jay Frey defend the tag straps.
That's right. So you guys are going up against the odd pairing of Elijah Six and Mattias, and I can't believe, how did those two even get put together? You know, you guys have been running the tag scene and Test of Strength, beating everyone that comes in your way. You guys beat up Ty Shine and HVO. You guys are just taking everybody out. And now you got Elijah Six, you know, coming in with an outsider to face you. What are your thoughts on that? That this guy, you know, has got little experience coming up against a seasoned vet like you.
Thoughts are, man, it's the the young lions, man, like they like to call themselves. You know, they've earned a shot at the tag straps. You know, Elijah Six have been running, you know, pretty much undefeated with the firm with Sammy Diaz. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Bricks and Richard Stone, E. Esquire. So they've all been running roughshod over TOS. So, you know, I think those guys are a good challenge. They're young. They're you know, ain't got too much experience in the game, but they've been doing their thing, man. Pretty impressive for young cats, you know. Matthias himself, he's undefeated in TOS. So, you know, Matthias hasn't lost a match in TOS. He's been out of the game for a little bit because he's been hurt, but now he's back. And Elijah Six is on a good run. So I think it'll be pretty exciting.
Wow. That's going to be a big match for you guys. I got to know, though, what match out of the whole card, aside from yours, are you looking forward to most?
I'm looking forward to the title match. You know, Dan the Man defending his title against Ty Shine. You know, Ty Shine is the first TOS sign up, the first student, and he's going against Dan the Man, who's been champion for almost a year. So that'll be interesting. Dan
the Man has held on to this title for quite a long time now. I mean, this guy's been champion for months. And I think if anybody's going to take the strap off him, Ty Shine's got the greatest chance. I mean, this guy, like you said, he's an OG, he's an original to Test of Strength, one of the first students that walked through the door.
Yeah, he is the first student to walk in the door at TOS, man, all the way back to 2014 when we were at Norm's Gym in Waterbury, Connecticut. Shout out to Norm's Gym. Appreciate the support.
Wow. That's been a long time ago. How long was it when you guys moved from there over to East Hartford?
We've been in East Hartford for about 2 years, going on 3, I believe. It's 2019 now, so we started 5 years ago, man. So we spent a year in Waterbury and a year in Watertown, and all the rest has been in East Hartford.
Wow. I mean, I'm me myself. I'm deeply involved with Test of Strength. I'm upset that I'm not going to be there this weekend. But I'll tell you what, if there's a match this weekend that I'm looking forward to, because I have history with both these guys, and that goes for you and Frank, Scott, is the 2 out of 3 falls match, or the best out of 3 falls match for Sammy Diaz versus Dickie Moon. These two have such a rich history that dates back. They train together. Coming up.
They fought each other, 4 or 5 times already?
Prior to even getting into Test of Strength, and now here we are. It's like the feud continues. I mean, this has to be the culmination of years long. I mean, you guys had the big press conference, and I'm so hyped. And this match has really drawn my attention. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most.
You have a favorite in that match?
Do I have a favorite?
Yeah.
I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of the Firm. I meet Richard Stone. He gives me all my legal advice. I got to go with Rich Stone. You know what I'm talking about, Slick.
Yeah, that's a big match, man. Like I said, those guys are on fire. Hippie Dickie Moon, you never even know what he can do. And, it's Sammy Diaz is the new look for him. And this is pretty much his first big match since he's been back from injury. So, and he's facing, like you said, man, a guy he's got a long history with, and a guy that's, every time they've walked in the ring together, pretty much he's got the W over Sammy Diaz. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at SDLIVE. I mean, at Fight for Your Dreams too this Saturday, September 7th.
Absolutely, September 7th. It's going down. You can get tickets online. $15 front row, $10 general admission. If you go get them at the door, which the tickets will be available, you're going to have $20 front row and $15 general admission. And the doors open at 6. So if you guys are going to the Deuce in Northampton, do not be late, because we got a meet and greet going from 6 to 6:30, and then the show's kicking off, and I'm sure it's going to start off hot. Oh, I think we just lost Slick Wagner Brown.
Oh, man, really? Jeez.
Man, can you believe that?
Yeah, that's terrible.
Wow. Well,
Well,
on
at
that
least you
note,
got to call in. It's going to be a huge show.
it is going to be a
I'm
huge
looking
show.
forward to it.
But I think he's calling back.
Unknown caller.
Let him back in. Slick, I think we lost you there.
Call drop, Sprint's finest, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you got that sprint. That's the problem. So tell me, man, what other matches should the crowd be ready for this show this weekend? And what are the other matches that you want to let the crowd know that are definitely going to be ones that they cannot miss?
All of them, man. It's a stacked card. This is Fight for Your Dreams. It's Starmania. It's a stacked card, man. Like we just talked about the title match with Dan DeMan and Ty Shine, the tag team title match with, the Kowalski guys and Elijah Six and Matias. We've got Sammy Diaz versus Dickie Moon, 2 out of 3 falls. We got a tables match with Ryan Frost and Big Jim Big Jim Anderson versus Bo Douglas and Bo Dread. That's a tables match.
I'm really looking forward to that, but Ryan Frost doesn't have good luck with tables.
That's true. Tables. What is it? 2 Frost 0.
Yeah, I think at this point that's what it is. It's gonna be amazing. We got a big grudge match too. We got Bobby Ocean taking on Marcel Williams with Jimmy Mees in his corner.
This is the match I'm most looking forward to.
You're looking forward to
Yeah.
this? You're like, I tell you what, when Jimmy Mees turned on Bobby,
This match has been brewing for like half a year when Marcel Williams attacked him.
That's right, and they
over
came out
on Northampton.
Yup, and they made the match official at their last show, House Rules. And
Jimmy Mees is a special guest referee, so you already know how that's gonna go.
With Mees as the referee, the odds are stacked against Bobby Ocean.
Exactly. Bobby Ocean's in a can't-win situation, so we'll see how he handles that.
Well, Bobby Ocean's a former world champion, so I'm pretty sure he's got some kind of tricks up his sleeve,
Yeah, he has more than one.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Damn, and then we got the BPW, the Battlefront Pro Wrestling Championship, being defended on Test of Strength soil.
Wow.
I know, I can't believe it.
Yes, sir.
TJ Howell, High Voltage Omar, El Jabroni, and Jiggy Sosa. in a fatal 4-way for the BPW championship.
That's right. And Ziggy Sosa's a 2-time champ. So let's see how he fares with 3 strong opponents in this one.
How did you get the Battlefront Pro Wrestling Championship to be defended on your show?
Dan Gore, man. I reached out to Dan Gore and I said, how would you like to have your title defended at Fight for Your Dreams? He was all for it.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. And then we got, of course, the open challenge. Magnificent Marcos with Honest Abe is going to call out anyone who wants to step up. This guy's built like a Greek god. I say it every time I see him. I mean, who's going to stop Magnificent Marcos?
Maybe the guy that, the new talent Honest Abe picked up in his camouflage gear.
You think Chris Cannon's going to come in out of nowhere?
I don't know. I seen Honest Abe in that camo gear, with Chris Cannon.
Honest Abe's got a long list of clients. I mean, who wouldn't want that guy in his corner?
Anybody could show up.
That's right. It's going to be unpredictable. It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be a huge show this Saturday, September 7th, at the Deuce in Northampton, Massachusetts. Do not miss this show. It's going to be huge. Slick Wagner Brown, thank you for calling in.
And if Slade Dangerfield says... If you missed this show, the joke's on you, right?
That's right. The joke's on you. Slick, you got anything you wanna plug before I let you go?
Yeah, man, just let the people know that, front row tickets are still available. Less than 20 is left. So if they want to get front row, they got to do it now. And you can do that by going to the Test of Strength Facebook page, or you can go on Instagram or Twitter at TOS Wrestling 1. And get more information on where you can get tickets. And, you know what I'm saying? It's can't miss. It's a can't miss event. It's Fight for Your Dreams. If you were there for the first one last year, then you know what to expect. If this is your first time, you will not be disappointed. You're going to be like, I can't believe this is my first event, and I can't wait to see the next one.
Well, if it is your first event, then Fight for Your Dreams 2 is the one to be at. It's the WrestleMania for Tesla Strength Wrestling. The biggest show of the year.
That's right.
All right, Slick. Well, I appreciate you calling in, and good luck Saturday with the show, and we'll be talking soon.
All right, Peezy. Thanks for having me on, man, and I look forward to seeing you.
Absolutely. You too, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Be easy.
Slick Wagner Brown.
There
big show, calling in to plug Fight for Your Dreams 2. You're not going to want to miss that this weekend. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. And now that that's over, we're going to go ahead and get into a little news. That's right. Every week, your boy brings the best, the upcoming, the cannabis news, the funny news, the biggest news, the breaking news. And I got it here this week, and we're going to start with Ric Flair. Oh, these goddamn dogs. Hey, shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, Ric Flair. I seen him on TMZ this morning.
So Ric Flair is
Really was on TMZ?
He went in and he's trying to trademark, or he put in the request to trademark and patent the use of the moniker The Man, specifically in pro wrestling, right? So Ric Flair had no problem when Becky Lynch started calling herself The Man. And in his eyes, or in his mind, I should say, his thought was that he was going to collect a check, a royalty check.
Because he has to be the man.
That's right. He's been using this since 1981.
Yeah.
To be the man, you have to sue the man. Is that where it's going, huh?
That's where it's going.
Well, apparently he called Triple H and he said, listen, he's like, I don't care if you guys use this. I don't care if Becky uses it, but you got to pay me. You got to pay me, bro. And then it ended up happening. He tried calling in. His lawyer tried calling WWE, and that didn't work. So
lawyers and Vince McMahon do not go well together.
No, and Ric Flair cut the promo on TMZ, said that he was getting disrespected, and they weren't returning his calls. That those WWE lawyers.
Seen this yet.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to check it out on TMZ.
This morning.
The Scott hasn't seen it.
this?
No, I haven't seen it. Was it today? I was working all day.
Damn.
I was in traffic.
So now he's got Vince.
To get here on
now
time.
he's got the WWE and Charlotte all pissed off at him over this.
Yeah, Charlotte's real hot about this.
Well, I mean, Charlotte and Becky Lynch, right? Real life best friends.
And then he was like, "You use that gimmick, my gimmick, to fight my daughter." That exact feud, and I was cool with it. But then you rolled with it, and now I want to get paid.
To be honest with you, I'll tell you, Flair's problem, he never saved his money. All those years,
Of course
he
not.
should not even have to worry about a thing. But he never saved his money. Case in point, he buys out the bar. He actually bought me a beer once. True story.
Wait, Ric Flair bought the Scott a beer?
Yeah, I know I told you. This was a couple years ago. But yes, this did happen. He bought me a beer because I was a
I
gentleman.
could have only imagined what you tried to buy him in return. How many shots did you send?
How many
his way?
green tea shots, Scott?
All I did was shake his hand and say thank you. But
That's
no,
great.
I didn't return the favor with any shots. And now, of course, now he doesn't drink after that thing that happened, like 2 years ago with him. I know he no longer drinks, so I can't return the favor in that way. But maybe I get him a water or a soda or something.
Yeah, well, he drinks because Stone Cold said he was drinking with him for the Raw reunion.
Yeah, I don't know if he was drinking alcohol though.
I don't know.
Maybe not. Who knows? It's the nature.
He
of
probably has a it's the man.
Well, now we got beef. Ric Flair and WWE. I never thought I'd see it, but we see it. It's going on. Ric Flair has beef with WWE, and he's trying to, patent and trademark the name the man, and it hasn't been confirmed to be trademarked yet. But the request has been put in, and I guess we'll see what happens. You know?
You think he'll go to AEW in spite?
No.
No.
He knows better than that. You know?
He tried that once with TNA.
In non-wrestling news, all right, now, Frank sent me this story, Scott, let me tell you, that had me dying. So this meth addict in Australia pretended to be the police and raided a drug abuser's house, right? So, yeah, this crystal meth addict in Australia goes in.
All right, does this work? This is what I want to know. Did it work?
Right, yes. So he goes and he knocks on the guy's door, right? Storms the house, shouting, "This is the police! Get on the floor face down! Where's all your drugs?" Right? Now, the two guys in the house are high as shit. You know? Probably on the meth, probably on that ice.
On the meth, yeah.
You know? So these two guys hand over the meth and they had cannabis stash. You know? So, right. So the guy robbing the house, pretending to be the cops, thinks that they're withholding more drugs. Right? It's like, this can't be it. There's got to be more.
He told them.
Yeah. He's like, where's there more? So when he ends up beating this one dude with a hammer, almost to a pulp.
Dude.
Yeah. And then, so he found no more drugs. He fled the scene. Eventually, he got caught. But can you believe this one guy, like these two meth heads, believed that this other meth head, this one guy, was doing a raid. One cop raiding the house.
So I have a question. So they believed he was a cop, but when he pulled out a hammer,
He busted the guy up with a hammer.
Yeah,
thought
he just must have kicked the door and said this police raid. They probably skittish meth heads fell to the ground, gave him the drugs.
I mean, I'm just picturing that he's got like a tool belt on and not like a nightstick in the corner over there.
You never know with fucking meth heads, man.
This is true.
We
You
have
never
no
know.
idea, and that's in Australia. That's some other meth that we don't even want.
That's right. That's the down under meth.
Yeah,
You know? That's that from down under.
that's that coral reef.
That coral reef. Damn, I wonder if they got coral reefer too.
Apparently so.
That's
We
right.
got some cannabis from him.
True. Speaking of cannabis, there's another headline that bothered me today. The head of the only federal marijuana farm regulated in America by the federal government thinks that 8% THC marijuana is, and I quote, extremely potent. 8%. The head of the nation's only federally authorized marijuana farm said he's baffled why consumers would want marijuana containing 15% or more THC when, according to him, even 8% is too high. Frank.
I mean, we're smoking 30, and look at how much of the blunt we've only. I mean, smoking less is more, in my opinion. Less grass that's got to go in my lungs for the better.
Right. So this guy was on a podcast, some other jabroni podcast. Obviously, it wasn't as good as ours. Right? So this guy, Mahmood, described how demand for higher potency research-grade cannabis has increased over the last 2 decades and said that the studies used at his facility products demonstrated that even marijuana with just 8% THC proved too powerful for his subjects. Now, I don't know who these clowns are that are doing this, these tests.
Who's he testing? Dogs or rats?
I don't know, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Midgets?
It makes no sense.
He's not testing grown men, that's for sure.
No, that's what I mean. I don't get it. So later in the interview, he suggested that those using cannabis concentrates containing much higher levels of THC are suffering from addiction. Right? Again, neglecting to recognize that preferences among consumers might vary from time to time. Some might like to use concentrates here and there, like you said, to smoke a little bit to get real high instead of having to smoke maybe a whole blunt,
bunch, yeah.
To go down. So this guy, I don't understand. Who in the right mind would believe 8% cannabis is going to do the job? I mean, that's probably not even your daddy's cannabis. Your mom is cannabis. You know, I mean, what's 8%? That's nothing.
It's probably like our parents' cannabis, the brick weed.
There's probably CBD strains that got more fucking THC in them than that.
Oh, of course, yeah.
You know? What do you think, Scott? You don't even smoke. I'm asking you. Scott, what are you drinking over there?
Oh, I'm still on the Bailey's Irish Cream over here.
I can't believe you're drinking Bailey's.
And he's like slow sipping it too, and it's one nip of Bailey's. Like,
I gotta take it easy, man.
Take it easy? Why? You got something coming up?
All right, here, show me how it's done, then.
I don't even want to drink Bailey's.
Yeah, why would anybody want to drink Bailey's?
Listen, I got it as a pun, a play on words, right? Bailey's Irish Cream.
He's about to do 6 Bailey's Irish Cream.
This guy didn't even like wait until we talk about Bailey. He just goes right in, you know? Just jumps in to open into Bailey's. I can't believe it. Coming up, we're going to have to call Kincaid soon, I think, Frank. You know, I need to get the dirt for this week. After that, we got the fallout from All Out. It's going to be a lot to talk about because the three of us were together. And I think you all know how I feel about All Out. You know? I don't know about you guys, but I'm also excited because we're going to be talking to Bill Alfonso at the end of the show. Part 2 of the interview.
It's huge.
It's gonna be great.
ECW, man.
That's what I mean.
He was a pioneer. Would have ECW been ECW without someone like Bill Alfonso?
That's probably not. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, the guy's iconic.
No, he's iconic.
He's iconic. Not like Peyton Royce or Billy Kay. Scott. And that's what we were thinking. So I'm going to play it off.
He was going to say that.
Enough of this shit. I'm going to keep smoking this
talk
blunt.
about them when you were said down under, but go ahead.
Down under. We're going to call Don Kincaid.
Ladies and gentlemen, exclusive breaking news brought to you by the Kincaid Hotline. And now, renowned reporter, Don Kincaid.
It's Don Kincaid, baby!
That's right. Me and Frank are in the house. We got the minutes loaded up. $1.99 a minute, Don. Don't try no funny shit. Tell me what you got, baby.
Baby, it's only saying at $1.99. You don't trust me, kid? Come on!
Oh, I hope you keep your word. Otherwise,
Peezy, yeah, the bill's been looking good. I've been overlooking.
All right, I don't want to call Richard Stone.
No, man, Frank, as long as you're taking care of the books, hey, we're all good. But hey, enough of that. I've got some huge WWE news coming out. Check this shit out, Frank and Peezy, my man. Check this shit out. We have got the announcement. Post Wrestling's John Pollock has confirmed that the next WWE draft is scheduled for next month, and it will be beginning on Friday, October 11th, on Friday Night SmackDown in Las Vegas.
What?
Yeah, baby. And not only that, the draft will continue into Monday Night Raw on October 13th from Denver, Colorado. The draft is coming, baby.
It's coming to the land of the legal weed. Yeah.
Man, all sorts of fired up for some WWE news. Check this shit out. Now, I got this list that I always look at the WWE pay-per-views coming up in the future. And in 2020, and August 22, and August 23, back-to-back nights, there is going to
gonna paint it black.
That's right, black and green.
I feel some fucked up Scott stories coming out of one of those nights. I tell you that right now.
Well, of course, because Scott, that's what he does. That's why he's the Scott.
Scott will be blacked out Saturday night for sure.
Absolutely.
Hey, your blackout stories, I love those blackout stories. Hey, on Twitter, on the old Twitter machine, Impact Wrestling has announced that Taya Valkyrie has officially become the promotion's longest reigning Knockouts champion. A record that was previously held by the Hall of Famer herself, Gail Kim, who at one time held the title for 232 days. And according to the record books, Taya has held the title for 244 days running as of today, baby.
Wow. It's a big achievement.
Luckily, we have
Dude.
Twitter to keep up with the TNA records or the Impact records. Otherwise,
right.
we never know about it.
Can't trust our data team. Just the Scott.
If you don't have you gotta have the Twitter machine, baby.
That's right. I love the Twitter.
All right. Now we've got some AEW news coming out, and there's a lot to cover, so let me get right into this.
All right.
Now, speaking of AEW and big news, we've got this big, huge pay-per-view coming out. It's going to be called Full Gear at Royal Farms Arena on Saturday, November 9th, local time, 7 p.m., and maybe it is going to be amazing. That is right, in Baltimore, Maryland, baby. And
Baltimore.
yeah, Baltimore. And the first match announced, the return of Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega to get this battle rolling.
Fucking bullshit!
First off, Don, Jon Moxley probably won't even be back for that. He'll probably go out, try to wrestle some indie fed down in Antarctica, and come back with another staph infection.
Antarctica. What you gonna make, like,
Breaking news,
down
Don!
Antarctica?
Breaking news! Jon Moxley's a piece of shit! Oh, man! Wow! That's
Man.
right! Read that, Moxley!
Man, Frank Knox got a hold of your man Peezy over there. He's freaking out,
He's out
man.
of control, man.
That's right.
He's even more fired up because Kenny Omega did the job to Pac.
That's right.
Or Pac.
Oh my God!
Pac, I'll tell you what.
You are another no good son of a bitch! A bitch!
That's right.
Look at what you did, Mr. Knox. Oh my word.
Got me all fired up over here.
Hey, it was you, Don. You're the one who called and pissed him off.
Hey, you know how I feel about Jon Moxley right now, Don.
All right, well, enough of that, Jon Moxley. Let's make Peezy a little bit happy, and this is going to be in closing. Now, this still entails some AEW news because on Sunday evening, the first ever AEW champion, Chris Jericho, was eating at a Longhorn Steakhouse, and we all know that his belt was stolen. We do not know who the culprit was, but within recent hours, the Tallahassee Police Department says it has in fact recovered the professional wrestling star Chris Jericho's championship belt, which was reported stolen on Sunday after a quick visit into town at that Longhorn Steakhouse.
Quick
Now-
visit my ass. This
Hey,
guy,
hey.
first off, who takes a limo to the Longhorn? All right? Who takes a limo and then you leave your shit in the car? Right? Like, who does that, Don? Like, I know you think you're full of yourself. He's probably backstage. You saw him backstage, Frank, drinking the bubbly, having a little bubbly. You know, probably got too turned up.
He was getting drunk all night.
That's right. Goes to the Longhorn Steakhouse and loses his title. That's what
He should
happened.
have. Chris Jericho should have had a bodyguard, but we all know he was a limo driver, baby. We all know.
Yeah, that's what Virgil said. Virgil said he could have taken care of him.
Peezy said Virgil.
That's right.
Oh God! Hey, I got one more thing about AEW news because the AEW news. Look, I can't even talk, baby. The Tallahassee Police Department says that it is in fact recovered the professional wrestling star Chris Jericho's AEW Championship belt, which he had reported stolen on Sunday after a quick visit to town. Now, Officer Damon Miller, Tallahassee Police Department spokesman, said someone turned in the belt at the police headquarters after finding it alongside of the road. I made sure I said that slowly. Alongside of the road, the AEW Championship was found alongside of the fucking road.
Wow.
Not only that,
He got
The
drunk,
belt.
walked down, and threw it out the window.
That's right. I don't need this son of a bitch. Ask him.
the belt itself, my friends, Peezy and Frank Knox, is estimated at a $30,000 value.
What?
$30,000
That's a whole lot of gold on that belt.
That's a lot of money.
laying in the gutter on the side of the road.
Wow.
Well, now we know the championship match will be sponsored by Longhorn Steakhouse.
That's right. All right, Don. You're eating up my minutes now. I gotta get this show moving. We'll call you next week for the dirt.
Next week, baby.
Hey yo, it's HBO, High Voltage Omar. You are listening to the top podcast around, To Be Blunt, with your host, Peezy.
I won't lie, that I can't deny. I did it all for the bubbly, for the bubbly. So you can take that cookie and stick it up your oh.
That's right. To Be Blunt podcast, baby. It's too good. It's too good
for the bubbly.
We did it all for the bubbly.
Bubbly, baby.
Bubbly.
The bubbly. You know, we got that shit loaded up. I got the bubbly ready to go.
A little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of the bubbly.
That's right.
That's right.
I'm like a DJ up in this bitch. DJ Peezy. Damn,
was
yo.
great.
Your boy's lit right now.
So the fallout from All Out, huh?
I know. I feel like Scott should have popped the bubbly, but we're not going to get to All Out first. We got to talk about King of the Ring brackets. Last week, we told everyone listening that we started our own little King of the Ring.
That's right. We did, and I got chopped.
That's right. Frank Knox got chopped live on camera. It was devastating.
He deserved it. I had a damn good bracket, but I don't know. Not anymore.
What happened? What are you looking like?
So this week, tides have turned. Tell him, Frank. You know, I'm going to let you have your moment here. Go ahead. Cut your promo.
I don't need my moment.
Get your shine.
I don't need my moment.
Come on, let him know.
You tell him.
What?
You tell him
All right.
who the King of the Ring is.
That's right. This
it's
week.
not you.
No.
It's not you.
No.
It's me, Frank Knox. I got
Goddamn.
one guy remaining. What do you jabronis got?
I mean, I think I got... Who the hell do I have? Do I even have anybody? You know better than I do,
You
I
have
think.
nobody left. Ali lost.
Yeah, I had
Andrade
Ali versus
lost.
Andrade and
Drew
they lost.
McIntyre was already out.
Yeah.
And Cedric Alexander lost.
So, yeah, I have nobody left. You're right.
Damn. What about me? Do I have anyone left? No, huh? Samoa Joe's
Nothing.
out.
Samoa Joe's out.
So you're
The Miz
telling
is
me.
out.
So you're telling me. Wait a
Andrade's
second.
out.
So you're telling me for the next until this tournament's over, you're just going to be chopping us every week.
I mean, I won the tournament. 2 chops. I didn't know I was going to continue through the finals. I can.
Wait. Did you win it yet? Does it depend on what happens the next 2 weeks?
Well, Baron Corbin is in the semifinals. But that semifinal match is a triple threat.
Right, which it didn't matter for me because I had Drew in that spot anyway, so it doesn't even matter if it was Ricochet or Joe. But who's in your finals?
My finals is busted. It was Drew McIntyre and Andrade.
Okay. So you get it this week.
Then that's it.
But you're saying next week you get nothing.
Unless...
And I'll get nothing.
I'll get nothing because I did not pick Corbin to go through.
It's devastating.
So the tournament will be over
So
after that.
this will be the end of the last week of chops then, it sounds like.
That's right.
All
That's
right.
it.
Well, I guess we got to do it live here on Facebook. Frank Knox, you can come over here, Frank. We're going to go ahead and set this up. Scott, you might as well get up.
Get over here. All right.
We got to get this thing going. I'm going to get up. I'm going to take my headphones off. We're going to go live. The dogs know what's going on. So listen, I'm going to move this chair out the way. God damn it. We got to do this the right way. We got Frank Knox.
That's right.
We got the Scott.
The champion.
And you got Peezy. And right now, we got what's coming to us. We made a bet. And I told everyone that every week they get a chop if they win. And this guy's won. So now it's going to happen. Me and Scott, we got to take the chops. Scott, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
Whatever you want to do. I don't know. I think I'm in prime position, though.
Yep. All right.
So I'll go first. That's fine.
Let's go. Oh, no. Oh, God. All right. All right. Oh, no. Hold on. Ah, yeah, baby.
I'm the King of the Ring.
Woo! Frank's the King of the Ring, baby. Frank Knox. Frank Knox knows in Frank's top 5. Frank Knox,
I mean,
that's
it's
who.
a couple seconds later. I'm still feeling it right now. I think I might have like a Jack Swagger handprint on me right now.
That's right.
Listen, I've caught chops from worse, but that was still nice.
That
I got
was,
the
one of
stinger.
that was one of my first chops ever in my life.
That's all right. I got the stinger, you know? So now that we got that out the way, Frank Knox, current King of the Ring, winner. And we got now while my chest burns ever so slightly.
I know, I need some like Vaseline or something.
Oh, don't be a fucking Scott.
You need Vaseline, man.
Don't
It's
be a
just one
Scott,
shot.
Scott. Don't be a Scott. We got to talk about the fallout from All Out. We're going to open the phone lines too. So if you want to call in and talk about All Out or whatever we're talking about, 860-384-7110. Please
Scott's in
call
the
in.
building. Stump
And the
'em.
Scott's in the building.
Yeah.
If you want to stump the Scott.
I'm feeling since we're going to talk about the AEW title, right, and all the controversy regarding it, and Clash of Champions is coming up. So if you have any championship-related questions, feel free to call in, try to stump me. If you're listening in post-production, try next week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. Every Thursday.
Wow, same Scott place, same Scott channel. And that's right. So let's get right into All Out. Guys, my you know what my initial feelings about All Out were?
Well, you tapped out. You didn't stick around
Exactly.
the whole night.
That's what I'm gonna say,
Yeah,
Scott. I was nodding out by the time they got to the main part of the card, the beef, the meat and potatoes. I was already shot, because they gave me nothing. Well, I can't say nothing because there was glimpses of hope. Otherwise, I felt I was utterly not amused. There were a few matches that I did enjoy, as far as Kenny Omega and Pac. I thought was excellent.
That was good.
But
the ending just
the
didn't
Cracker
work for
Barrel match is probably my favorite match of the night.
That's insane.
That was my favorite match of the night.
And amongst other things, but it wasn't all bad. But I think me nodding out and tapping out early and just seeing the general consensus from you two, which I want to know about, it seems like the overall feeling was that All Out was,
I could agree.
It was
that
like mediocre.
It was
bro.
less than mediocre.
Thank you.
That's what I think.
That was a nice way of putting it.
The reason why I think is because of for me it was because of the Cody Rhodes, Shawn Spears match was just, it didn't make any sense.
You're saying it didn't make any sense for what?
Because-
for Cody going over?
Absolutely.
No, Cody going over, and then Arn Anderson coming out.
Well, that made sense. I
made
told you that
sense,
was going to
but then-
happen.
But then, what's his
You
name?
can talk about MJF?
MJF, he was playing like he was going to turn on him, never did.
Well, I think they're obviously
And what-
building towards that, but they'll get to that eventually. Oh, but overall, if you ask me, I think the show was all right, but I don't think it was like $60 all right. So if you're listening and out there,
That's right. It maybe $9.99.
Yeah.
All right.
maybe some of you out there listening, maybe you got a stream, maybe you got something a lot cheaper. I was a sucker. We were all suckers that did $20 a piece and did it through
Devastating.
through our television set.
For what?
But-
To watch a guy crash through an actual Cracker Barrel. That's what I paid $60 for.
The monkey flip off the rope in the chair was great.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
When he landed up, that was pretty dope.
Yeah.
That was dope.
But
So
I
let
think-
me say.
I think we got to enjoy those type of matches while we can, because I don't know, those guys aren't going to be going.
That's
They're
right.
going to break their necks the way they wrestle.
In 6
man,
months,
head
half
first.
the AEW roster is going to be shot. It's going to be shot. So let me ask you guys, in your opinion, what went right at the pay-per-view and what went terribly wrong specifically? In your opinion. Scott?
All right, so I'll say definitely huge star made, and I think it was all because of the crowd. Luchasaurus, super over.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what. I told you while this match was happening, I said, this guy's hella over. He's hella over.
He has been.
I know, but the crowd was super behind this guy.
And it almost looked like that was like a 6-man that was kind of thrown in. Like, obviously, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, they're a tandem, right? But they threw in Marco Stunt, right? Who I hate when I'm drunk, right? I yell,
That's right.
Fuck
you, Marco Stunt.
Anyway, so but they meshed really well. They made a really good, and even though they lost, they meshed really well. I thought they had a great performance. But overall, Luchasaurus was definitely the star of that group.
Do you think Luchasaurus could be a singles wrestler?
100%.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
really?
Of course.
A successful singles wrestler in AEW right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
why not?
What would you compare him to? And in my head, I'm thinking of an Abyss.
Tell you exactly why not.
Or maybe a Kane. Kane might be stretching it, but
there's a reason why that's never going to fly. And this is one of AEW's hugest problems, in my opinion.
dinosaurs can be world champs.
Oh, okay. Yes, with the right guy standing across from the ring from him.
Okay.
And right now, AEW has no heels besides maybe 2. All right. Otherwise, no, like, and I'm not talking cool heels. All right. They still get cheered, like MJF and shit like that. I'm talking people that, like, someone that they generally just despise. You know, they do not have any real heels. Jericho, he gets pops. MJF gets pops. I mean, Pac came out as a fucking looking like he was the bastard heel. You know, everything about his mannerisms were completely heel. But he was getting pops all night.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say he's probably the best heel they got, but does he even work for the company?
No, he's not a good heel, bro, because the guy they don't get booed. Nobody gets booed in AEW. Nobody gets fucking booed. There's just these fucking marks are out. Sorry, these fucking Scots are out there just cheering for anybody and anybody just to get something over aside from WWE.
Well, it's hard not to cheer for MJF because even though he's the only heel they have, he's the greatest heel if they worked him correctly.
I like MJF. You know, I like MJF.
I love him.
Yeah, exactly. But my problem is that he'll shit on everybody, and then all of a sudden, he's on camera talking about Cody Rhodes is my best friend. I'd do anything. He's talking like the baby face. And then he comes out with Cody, which fucking that whole entrance pissed me off when they had the fireworks go off and he had his fucking dog coming out, bro.
Yeah, dogs and fireworks don't go well together.
The dog didn't even want to come out there, bro. And I was like, this fucking asshole. I got 2 dogs. You hear them all the time over here. So you know. That shit drives me nuts. That drives me nuts. But like there was just so many things that could have gone right. I didn't understand. And this is one of the other things. Leading up to AEW's debut, they held on to the surprise that they had signed Kenny Omega until the very end. Correct, Scott?
For Kenny Omega, you said?
Yeah.
For signing
AEW. He was not one of the first ones announced to be signed.
Not initially.
They saved him towards like the Double or Nothing event or whatever it was, all in maybe, probably right before
the first event.
It was the
first
You're talking about
event.
when he signed the contract?
Yeah, when they announced him, it was closer to their first show. It wasn't one of the initial people.
It was
because they wanted it to be a surprise to build it up. Because everybody was like, "Where's Kenny Omega going to sign?
Yeah,
WWE or AEW?"
But if you watch Being the Elite, I mean, like they were all playing with that, with the whole.
Yeah, they play everything. You know, you can't believe anything on that fucking program. This fucking YouTube show, Being the Elite. All right, I'm not a big fan. You know, but that's just me. But I'm allowed to have my opinion. God damn it, I don't like it.
So you want some heels in AEW?
I want some heels.
I think might be a great heel.
But
in
the
AEW.
problem is, aside from all that, Kenny Omega had this brilliant promo I played for you guys last week that made him sound like a total cocky heel.
And then he lost to Pac.
Then he comes out and he comes out for his match and he gets cheered and he's doing his little baby face point gimmicks. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. There's no fucking boundaries in AEW for their guys. Like, there's no separation. Everybody's just a cool dude that everybody wants to cheer. What the fuck? Wrestling is heroes versus villains.
Yeah, but I'd say he was never meant to be the hero. I think the villain in that match was always going to be Moxley and obviously Pac.
Moxley, what, in the original match?
Call him. In the original match, yeah.
No fucking way. Moxley was definitely going to be the babyface.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of Moxley supporters out there, but like based on what happened,
But they
at Double or
want him
Nothing,
to be a heel. Yeah, basically, exactly. They want Moxley to be a heel.
He came out to the biggest pop they've ever heard in any arena for anything they've ever done.
Because they fill out to just that type of fan. That's a new type of fan out there now.
Doesn't seem to me like they're trying to make Moxley out to be a heel at all. They're trying to make him like a cool Stone Cold looking guy.
If there's any listeners that want to call in, tell us, is Kenny Omega babyface or heel?
Yes, call in. Tell me.
That promo against Moxley was 100% heel.
Call in and fucking tell me. 860-347-110. Is Kenny Omega a face or a heel? To me, you know, he's supposed to be a heel. I don't know. Doesn't make sense.
Some people know he's the son of Tom McGee.
Oh, God. We're going to save that combo for another time when we get the rest of the crew in.
I was going to go there. But
let it go, Scott. We'll be here all day. We got a big interview with Bill Alfonso coming up still. You know? Let's go. And did you guys watch NXT UK?
Loved it.
I didn't see everything, but I saw the key matches.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you see?
That NXT UK match between Tyler Bate and Walter, that was incredible.
Wow, that was
honestly
unbelievable.
It was a better match than anything AEW had to offer. Not taking away anything from AEW, but
they built up those
the best match
two dudes with, the British strong style versus the Imperial so well.
The psychology in that match was so fucking good. It was so good. They worked the specific body parts. They played off the big man versus the little man. David versus Goliath type thing. And it was great. And you had the spot outside where Tyler Bates went to the pole and they had the trainers come out and check on him and everything. Like,
yeah, added to it.
Great match.
And like just the whole ending sequence. I mean, I was literally on my feet when that match went through. And not just that match. I thought Cesaro coming in was a great boost for NXT UK. That guy would fit in really well there.
Yeah,
the crowd went crazy when he came out, dude.
Everybody went with that.
Yeah, they were behind him 100%, and it felt good. Cesaro deserves some rub, even if it's just in England, right?
Yeah, he does. He does. I agree. I'm gonna agree with that. You know, I think if more WWE guys crossed over to the NXT UK brand, I think that'd be a huge thing too. Like we talked about before the show started, we were talking this weekend, and maybe like Drew McIntyre coming in and challenge like Walter would be like that'd be great.
That'd be a fucking sick.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff. The main roster crossovers will help that brand.
Yeah, cross brand.
There's a lot of matches that are like Walter versus Joe. I mean, there's a ton you can go with. But with 5 brands, they have 5 brands right now. We're gonna. Kincaid broke the news about the draft coming up. So Raw and SmackDown will be separate.
News. Me and Peezy broke that news.
Thank you.
Early in this podcast.
That's
man.
right.
You could check our social media, and you could check maybe it was episode 1, 2, or 3. But
when they
broke that news.
When they have a roster as big as they do, and guys that aren't on TV every week that are missing pay-per-views, I don't see what the problem is at all. Send them out to do an NXT, get somebody else over, send them out to NXT UK. Like there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot of dream matches that
especially
can be
they have a lot of European talent that wouldn't mind going over there, like a Cesaro or a McIntyre.
That's right. It's true. It's true. Well, I thought that was great. I'm glad we touched on
40
that.
swings by Cesaro though. That was impressive.
That was incredible.
Let's not forget about that.
I almost did. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, that was huge.
I'm glad you brought the dude. That was incredible.
I got dizzy watching.
What a test of strength.
Nice. What a test of strength. Man, I don't know, man. I mean, I enjoyed NXT UK. We got a great weekend of wrestling, and I need to take a smoke break. We did a lot of talking. I need to do a little smoking. So what we're about to do is pop into a little break. I'm going to light this blunt back up. And when we come back, we're going to give my match of the week. And we're going to go over Raw and SmackDown here live on the 2B Blunt podcast.
Peezy. I done done too many pills tonight. Looks like shit is getting real tonight. I done had too many pills tonight. So baby, let your inhibition go and stay with me tonight. I done done too many pills tonight. Looks like shit is getting real tonight. I done had too many pills tonight. So baby, let your inhibition go and stay with me tonight.
I'm popping pills, yeah, these bitches know it. I stay up all night because I keep them flowing. They wanna party, they think I'm Charlie Sheen. The way I'm blowing white, and then I'm pumping green. Decked out in the finest shit, pimp game on my strongest tip. Rick James, the way I pull this bitch, make it screaming that it's time to split. Don't think I left time to sit, heart beating like I'm losing it. I just wanna take you home and fuck around and send you home. I quit it. Get high rapping, bitch. Yeah. I mean, she done told me she wanna get it on. She wanna party with me all night. Someone find me a purple dolphin. It's on.
I done done too many pills tonight. Looks like shit is getting real tonight. I done had too many pills tonight. So baby, let your inhibition go and stay with me tonight. I done done too many pills tonight. Looks like shit is getting real tonight. I done had too many pills tonight. So baby, let your inhibition go and stay with me tonight. Too many pills, got them bottles popping. She say she wanna take me home and say that I can't stop it. She said she like that tray. That's the CD, I pop it. And just like track one say, this right here's a penny dropper. I don't usually do that, no. Yeah, that's what she said. I knew that she was frontin', and she let me hold her head. You could tell that she wanted, walk into the bed. So I stopped her and pinned her up against the wall instead. I done had too many pills. I done had too many pills.
This is the privileged TJ Howell III, and you're listening to the 2B Blunt Podcast with Peezy.
That's right. We are back on the 2B Blunt Podcast, and I just lit this blunt back up in case you were wondering. And you know what that means, Frank? It means we're getting lit.
30% THC, man. It's a slow burner this episode.
It's a slow burner, you said?
Yeah, I mean, think of, we usually power through the first one with no breaks, you know?
Well, you know what I think we need? Oh.
My side,
A little bit of the bubbly.
that's all I need.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's what I see
That's right.
A little bit of the bubbly.
in the sun.
Oh.
It's almost time to be popping now, right?
A little bit of the bubbly.
Here I am.
A little bit of the bubbly.
Makes me your man.
That's right. That's right, Scott. Where's the bubbly?
A little bit of the bubbly.
He's been talking about it. It's probably exploded in the freezer by now because it's been in there for over an hour.
No, that shit was warm as fuck. That shit was warm as fuck.
We're going to have...
That's it.
Who wants to open this? I don't know how to open this shit.
Oh, what? What do you mean you don't know how to open this shit?
Man, I just crack beers open. That's all I do.
Peezy, I mean, it's your house. I don't want to spray champagne everywhere and have to clean it up.
Let me see that
Oh,
thing,
yeah, we're going to
Scott.
set up tarps.
I only know how to open that thing one style. Championship style.
If it makes a mess, I didn't shake it.
I don't know how to even open it champion style. You know? Not gonna lie. You would think with all the bottle service I've had over the years, you know, I'd know something about that.
Well, they open them for you.
That's right. And they bring them over with sparklers.
That's right. The sparklers, yeah.
That's how I was living that Blink Ink life, baby. My boy Blink would come out here, yo, and just fucking... Oh, God.
$300 surcharge for bottles.
That's right.
For sparklers. Oh, look, he's scared. He's scared to do it.
I am releasing slowly to avoid issue. Listen, I got $1,000 worth of equipment sitting right in front of us.
I'm expecting the cork to bounce off the microphone and then hit him in the head.
I was
Ooh.
And your boy is Kang. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
King Louie.
No, King Peezy. Get it right. And since Chris Jericho can have a little bit of the bubbly, I'm going to have a little bit of the bubbly. Frank's going to have a little bit of the bubbly. Scott's going to have a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's right. What an episode this is turning into. Now Facebook Live's going to see us all out here drinking, you know, popping bottles of the
This
bubbly.
episode sponsored by Corbell and
I'll take a little top off. How's that? Fuck it.
the AEW
That's it, right
champion.
there.
All right, let's cheers.
All right.
To the bubbly.
Lightly.
To the bubbly.
To the bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I almost lost it. Woo.
Oh, my God.
Man, that was some shit. I almost spit
Damn,
it out of my
Scott,
mouth.
what the fuck is this shit?
What is that? Show the camera, Frank. What is this?
This Corbell, you know?
That's right. That's that $8
Listen,
holler.
$8 holler.
It wasn't on the bottom shelf, I'll tell you that. It wasn't on the bottom.
No, this is good. This is kind of the best bottom shelf champagne they have.
Listen, I'm not complaining.
Listen, it was like at least third from the bottom.
Well,
Out of 10 shelves high.
before we go any
Well,
further.
that's the about the score AEW All Out got for me. 3 out of 10.
That's right. Well, I had this big thing planned now for my match of the week. And then Scott came in and stole my thunder.
Sorry.
You know?
But it's true. It means I agree with you.
You're not dropping it?
Oh, you want to drop it? You want to drop it?
You're not dropping your match of the week?
That's right. Peezy's match of the week with the best theme music out there today. You already know. If I had to pick any match from Raw, from SmackDown, from AEW, from NXT, it's gonna be NXT UK's Tyler Bates versus Walter for the NXT UK Championship.
Oh man, what a match that was. We've already discussed that.
What a theme that is.
What a theme.
That was it. That was the match. I mean, we already talked about it, so I can't even go any further unless you got something you want to add to it, Scott.
I mean, I don't know. It wasn't Samoa Joe and Ricochet this week. That wouldn't have been your match of the week. Wouldn't have been up there.
Listen, they had good matches on Raw.
They had some good matches.
Raw was real solid this week, but it wasn't Tyler Bates and Walter solid because that shit was WrestleMania status, you know? WrestleMania. If you ask me, that was match of the week. You know what else happened this week that was great? The Bayley heel turn. Now, I thought this was going to be a touchy subject for the Scott.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say, but I don't know. It's like I like to see Bayley get fired up, so it was good to see that different range of emotion out of her, and the crowd lost it. I mean, when she hit Becky with those chairs, that's why I'm drinking Bailey's Irish Cream right now.
He just threw up a threesome of Bailey's.
Bailey's Irish Cream right now. You sound like moonshine on this show.
With the Wolverine claws. Still selling to the hard cam.
Oh my God.
Such a Scott.
Wait, am I supposed to be on this camera?
No.
We're still on this one, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah,
the heel turn was great. I thought Bayley needed it, and it really is going to make the rivalry versus Becky Lynch that more intense.
Well, absolutely.
You know, it's great for the rivalry they're building and for Bayley, in my opinion.
Well, Bayley, I mean, needed desperately the change. A change in character. She was too cookie cutter.
Right. Now,
you know?
What do you think was behind all this, though? Do you think that she's not going to really go anywhere, or do you think it's just for, keep in mind, Clash of Champions, right? She's facing Charlotte, and where is it? It's in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So Charlotte's probably going to get the babyface pop that night.
Of course. Well, she should.
And then Ric Flair went off, and that's why she's pissed off. Maybe we just uncovered, this whole story.
This is true.
And now Charlotte's not getting the pop that night.
And it all ties in together?
Damn, yo. I can't believe this shit. So, if that were the case, that'd be an interesting point. I think Bayley is going to keep this for the long term. My problem, though, right, as good as the whole turn was.
Mm-hmm. On Monday.
Okay, I mean, they ended Raw great. They didn't let it linger. They just a couple chair shots in, smiles, camera cuts, and they're off air. Leaving you to wonder what's going to happen
Bayley
on SmackDown.
was still hitting her when they went off air.
Right.
Like, old school style.
You're right. The chair shots were still swinging.
Which is great. I haven't seen that in like 15, 20 years.
Yeah, absolutely. But then, guys, SmackDown comes. Tuesday night, I'm sitting down. I'm ready to go. They start off fucking SmackDown. Bayley comes out. Old theme. Blow up fucking little gimmicks, the big blow up gimmicks that come out when she comes out to the ring, doing her point to the crowd and shit. What the fuck? She didn't even have a gear change, a look change, nothing. It was just Bayley.
What were you expecting? Brood
What are you
version of
kidding?
Bayley? Was she going to come out all gothic?
I was expecting at least a hairstyle change. Get rid of the blow up shits because that just screams babyface. I mean, that kills all the heat you had built up. You just killed off.
They want to kill it off naturally. That maybe they should have cut the blow up things, but you can't just change your theme music.
But you could tell crowd didn't know how to act on Tuesday. They didn't know whether to cheer or boo. There was a mixture of both. In my head, this is exactly what would happen if John Cena or Roman Reigns ever turned heel. It's like, we want him to turn heel, we want him to turn heel, we want him to heel. They never do it, and then when they do, what would have we done? We would have cheered, we would have booed, we wouldn't know what to do.
She still had the same ponytail and everything.
Yeah, the ponytail that has.
You could have at least just changed your hair.
Yes, should have
Let
went
your
a
hair
straight
down.
pony instead of the side pony.
Or just a straight back pony. Really throw people off,
A little anything, a little subtle change would have been. They gave us nothing.
They gave us nothing. I agree. So now, after all this, and in my opinion was a botched, opportunity on SmackDown. where can they go from here with the Bailey angle now that she's heel? What are they going to do with her now?
Drop the title to Charlotte, probably.
Oh, don't say that, Scott. Why would they go through the trouble of doing this just to have her drop the title?
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is going to set some sort of horsewoman match. Maybe Sasha and Bailey together against Charlotte and Becky. Charlotte and Becky going to somehow have to team up to
finally bury the hatchet after, being best friends.
Perhaps.
Well, we'll
just have to wait and see.
They keep hyping this.
So we got 2 former best friend groups.
Yeah. Who are eventually probably going to team up at Mania, right?
Yeah.
To face the UFC women. Correct?
That would make a lot of sense.
Because that's where I thought this was all going to lead to. That's what and I'm not usually one to trust a Scot, but all the Scots are all pointing, saying that this is going to be where they're going, And while I'd only take it with a grain of salt, in my opinion, I think that would actually be a pretty solid WrestleMania match. Becky, Bailey, Sasha, and Charlotte versus.
It would have to be like elimination tag or
Survivor Series style,
or
Ronda Rousey,
ladder match,
Shayna Baszler, whatever the other 2 chicks are. Scott, who are they?
Who you said? You said Baszler and Rousey.
Yeah,
Baszler and Rousey.
Yeah.
Jessamine Duke and hold on, it's coming to me. Roderick Strong's wife. Hold on, Marina Shafir.
Oh my God! See, I would never have ever guessed that. Never guessed that, and that's why we keep the Scott. The Scott is the human data team. Anytime you need a fact check.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for my brain to load, but I'll get it eventually.
That's right. And if you want to try to stump the Scott, make sure you call in 860-384-7110. I mean, this guy's knowledge is impeccable. He proves it every week. Every week.
I mean,
I dare anyone out there who thinks they got what it takes that call in and try to stump the Scott, because you're not going to be able to. I don't care who you are.
Wow, Peezy's getting fired up.
That's right. That's
right.
You
had a little too much of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly.
A little bit of the bubbly. That was all fired up.
That's true. I'm always fired up when it comes to a little bit of the bubbly.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's right. That's it.
A little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of the a little bit of the bubbly.
And by the way, if you stump me, we'll do some sort of prize or something. It might be an autographed bottle of the bubbly or something, but we'll have something for you if you could stump me.
That's right. He probably already has one autographed by Chris Jericho. Knowing the Scott, it's probably sitting there.
Yeah, I left it on the counter at Longhorn Steakhouse.
Wow.
They'll probably be sponsoring the championship match.
That's right. That's right. They're going to be the next one, right?
Yep.
What kind of gimmicks are they going to use for Longhorn, though? Someone going to get impaled instead of the horns?
Who knows? Shit. There's going to be horns. There's going to be slabs of meat. There's going to be, I don't know, what else? Hot pans, grilling pans.
Maybe they got some biscuits.
Biscuits.
That's right, the biscuits. Let's go into The Fiend. I want to talk about The Fiend for a little bit.
We had Firefly Funhouse this week.
Yeah, and it was a great episode of the Funhouse. It was awesome.
I love how they put Vince as a little devil puppet.
He thought I always stuffed the money in his mouth.
And then on Sunday, he's like, all right. His eyeballs light up for money, and that's all you got to do.
Whenever the Vince puppet comes out, I light up.
Who doesn't? It's great. I mean, I thought the Firefly Funhouse was really good this week. I liked the subtle hint with the little bird that had to help me sign and shit. Like, I thought that they really played that off real nice. Like, you could see like little bits of Bray losing more control every week, which is great. But he goes on and he makes this announcement that he's going to face either Seth Rollins or Braun Strowman in Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell.
So I wonder if that's really going to happen. I mean, if you saw what happened, right? Initially, it was a tweet from the arena where Hell in a Cell is going to be. They tweeted out, right? The arenas get like the pay-per-view, whatever prediction.
Posters and all that.
Yeah, they get that. It's not necessarily always accurate, but it's maybe the direction that the company's going in. But it's never like set in stone. And they decided to tweet out that Bray Wyatt would be facing the winner of Strowman and Rollins at Hell in a Cell, possibly in the cell. We assume in the cell, right?
Of course.
And who knows? Like, and then I'm glad that they answered that in Firefly Funhouse. But is that somewhere they're still going to go? Is the Fiend going to be challenging for the title already at Hell in a Cell, and is it too soon for the Fiend?
Yes.
That's it. I think he is going to challenge, and I think
and it's not only too soon, it's not fucking necessary. This guy does not need a title to be over. He's already more over with that one SummerSlam moment than anyone else in the company. And you can argue with me as much as you want.
And the role he's going to be on, I don't see him losing. So if he does have that title match at Hell in a Cell, he's taking the title, right?
He's got to win. Because if he loses, you ruined it.
The only way I can see it not happen is if somehow it would be a triple threat match and it'd be the Fiend against Strowman and Rollins. That way you can save the Fiend, not get the title on him, and still have a conclusive match between, Rollins and Strowman, whoever gets the pin.
That would be stupid.
Hey, it
would be dumb. I mean, they either, if he's going to fight for the title, it can't be a triple threat. It should be a one-on-one.
It should be
but
a
it's too soon.
It's too soon. It's way too soon. Like, this guy should be, like, in my opinion, an attraction. Like, let him come out once in a while. Don't have him on every fucking Raw. Don't have him fight every pay-per-view.
That's kind of what they're doing now, though. He's not there all the time.
But was he not on SummerSlam?
He was at SummerSlam, but SummerSlam was, 4 weeks ago?
That was his first match.
Okay.
His
and now
only
we're on the
match.
next pay-per-view.
But he's not. Well, the next pay-per-view is Clash of Champions.
And
he doesn't have a match
He's
on
not
it.
going to be on the pay-per-view.
What do you mean?
He's going to be.
You're right. You're right.
Hell in a Cell. We're talking about Hell in a Cell.
I know.
Peezy's on that good stuff.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, they're lost.
The bubbly.
That's it. That's got to be the problem.
But it's too soon, man. I think they're going to give it to him, though. So
I think they need to maintain the mystique with this guy. Otherwise, if they lose what they got with him and they just overexpose it and then put him in situations that, like, don't make any sense, it's gonna fade out like his character did first time, which was great when he debuted as Bray Wyatt originally.
Right.
And then they didn't know what the fuck to do with it, and then slowly but surely everyone stopped giving a shit.
He's kind of too good for the creative process in my mind.
But half of his character is the funhouse. That's like really what draws me in.
Yeah.
Selfishly, I do want him on TV next week just because I'll be there. I want to experience the Fiend live.
Of course you do, Scott.
Well, there's going to be legends in the building, and usually that's his prey of late. So.
I know, you got Stone Cold in the house.
So you never
the
know.
Fiend and Stone Cold, that'd be something.
Can you imagine Stone Cold getting,
Oh,
hell no. That's right.
The Mandible Claw, a stunner, or maybe the Fiend has a beer with him.
That is not happening.
I don't
Fiend
know.
drinks blood.
Is there still a little bit of bubbly left in that bottle?
Yeah, man, there's bubbly.
All right.
You know who else should be drinking some bubbly? Baron Corbin. This guy, week after
I'm not your
week.
servant.
This guy, week after week's having amazing, showcases. This guy's solid on the mic. This guy's solid in the ring. I've been saying literally since episode 1 to you, Frank, how much I love Baron
He's
Corbin.
great. Well, what are you doing working the
This guy
mic over
loves Corbin.
Scott loves
Only
the
guy
camera.
I know that
He's
loves
going-
Corbin.
He's drinking. Yeah, he's fucking.
there? The DS and,
This guy over here sucking Corbin's dick over here.
Dude, first off, Scott. All right. No one's going to talk about sucking dick. All right. When you're the guy that knows for every single hotel the guys are working at, every single bar the
That's
boys
true.
are going to be at after the
That
show,
is true.
where you can get your 8x10 signed.
Listen,
all right.
you'll
Hey
find out-
guys,
you'll find out this
hey
Monday and
guys, I
Tuesday if that's
gotta
true.
leave because it's gonna be a blizzard tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get snowed in with the roster up in Hartford.
That's right. That's right. The blizzard.
There's a blizzard coming. I'm gonna try to get snowed in with the workers.
Guys, I'm hanging out with Paul Heyman. You're not going to believe it.
Oh my god.
I bought him a green tea.
Anyway, go ahead. Let's listen to you talk about Corbin.
Corbin's the best heel they have right
As
now, man.
much-
He's great.
He is. But as much as I like about Corbin, right? As much as I like Corbin, something's happening. And here's something I don't like. Did you guys watched Raw, right?
Yeah.
This guy had an epic match with Cedric. It was great. I mean, and that's fine. That's good. But the problem is he was so good that by the end of the match, when he won, people were actually popping on their feet, bro. Cheering for Baron. Little kids in the crowd, like hands up in the fucking air. Excited to see Baron Corbin catch a W.
45 days ago, he's getting booed out of the building.
45 days ago, me and you were the only ones in the studio talking about go home heat.
Yeah, go
You know,
home.
Corbin,
yeah.
go home heat.
Yeah.
You know? And now this guy's catching the love from the audience, dude. I think they're real close to really fucking this up.
But I think why they're cheering is this whole king thing he's doing, sitting on the throne. His promos
You could say that. But
been money.
They're cheering his consistency. This guy's matches and his promos are always good.
I don't know. I feel like maybe they're cheering him. I don't know. I'm trying to make excuses over here, but I think maybe the crowd wasn't just too familiar with Cedric Alexander, and that's why they were cheering Corbin.
Yeah, I agree. That is a point. That's a valid point.
Bullshit!
I'm calling bullshit on this. All right? I don't think that's the case. I'm telling you right now, 100%, Baron Corbin is on the verge of becoming a babyface.
If you think so. But right now, like, his biggest feud seems to be with referee John Cohn. He's been feuding with him forever, right? Ever since the whole special referee thing. He's been feuding with Cohn for like 2 months. And now all of a sudden, he's expecting a bye, right? He's expecting a bye in the King of the Ring tournament when Samoa Joe and Ricochet pin themselves, right? Double pin, right?
Right.
Double pin.
And John Cohn says, oh, there's a ruling, and then says that both of them advance.
When all of a sudden do they have instant replay in wrestling?
Listen, it's wrestling, and they can do anything. They can do whatever they want.
All of a sudden this week they had instant replay. I gotta give me the headset.
Right?
I gotta
like an
call
NFL referee.
Yeah, I gotta call the headquarters.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, Corbin is not gonna be. He's gonna lose the triple threat next week, but he's not gonna get pinned. It's gonna be Ricochet. He's gonna pin Samoa Joe. That's my bold prediction. And it's gonna be Ricochet and I think. Who else is in the finals? Elias? It would be Elias, right?
No, I think it's going to be your next King of the Ring, King Gable.
You think King Gable? If that's the case,
there we go.
If Gable wins on SmackDown, which SmackDown happens after Raw, so this will determine everything.
Dude, everyone knows SmackDown happens after Raw.
If Corbin does win,
I mean,
then I think it's going to be Corbin and Gable. But if it's Ricochet, I think it's going to be Ricochet